It is a congressional House race for the most influential chairmanship in the financial world. Our next guest is vying for the gavel. Join us now. Congressman French Hill is currently the vice chairman of the Financial Services Committee. He also chairs the Digital Assets Subcommittee. And you, I guess, will make the case that you're the right man for the job, Congressman?
Morning, Joe. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
You as well?
Yes, I'm going to make the case to my colleagues on the House Steering Committee for the Republicans that based on my private and public sector career, my legislative success here in the House, my collaboration with my colleagues, my bipartisan leadership, and bicameral leadership, I think I'll be the best person to lead the House Financial Services Committee in the new 119th Congress.
What do you think the main role will be? No one can predict the future, but what would be like the top three things you'd want to enable over the next, I guess it's only 2 years probably, at least for starters?
Yeah. Well, look, I think America needs to be the headquarters for financial technology and innovation in the world. And so if we don't complete our work on a market structure bill for digital assets in this lame duck session and create a dollar-backed stable coin under U.S. laws and regulations, then I think that should be a priority in the new year, because that's been certainly was a campaign message and commitment by President Trump. I think that's something that we could work on together early in the new Congress. And also rolling back the burden of regulation, particularly on our smallest community banks. I really think we should work hard to tailor regulation that fell away during the Biden-Harris administration and go back to where we have regulation geared towards the business risk and business strategy of the company. I think that's important both at the SEC and among the bank supervisors. And finally, with the Supreme Court and other federal courts rolling back the Chevron deference, taking away that deference to the independent regulatory agencies' rulemaking, I think that should be a priority for our committee, that we look closely at each of our agencies under our jurisdiction, conduct oversight, and determine are they in compliance with Congress's intent and the statutes and the work they're doing.
For some reason, in recent years, community banks has been difficult for them, and we've talked on many different occasions about even the Federal Reserve the deck seems to be stacked in favor of the big money center banks in a lot of different ways with the way the Fed operates, and they've had windfalls which have been at the expense of community banks. How would you change that, or what's your proposal?
I think you're right. I want to make community banking competitive again. I want them to be able to attract the capital they need to have a good competitive return on equity so they can serve their customers. We have a big, diverse country, and we don't want to turn into Canada or Europe where we just have a handful of big banks. Michelle Bowman, a governor of the Federal Reserve, has been an outstanding spokesperson at the Fed on exactly this point in her role as the community banking representative on the Fed. We need more of that. An example would be, in the case of a bank resolution, let's not require a least cost solution and waive the deposit cap, meaning that one of the big globally systemic banks can automatically buy a bank that's failed and not allowed more community banks to compete who can't pay quite as high a price as you could. But there are many examples on how we can reduce regulatory burden, tailor regulations, and make our mid-sized, both private and public banks much more successful.
I think we have one of your colleagues on tomorrow, Andy Barr. Is he want this position as well, or how many people are in the mix, do you think, Congressman?
I think there are 4 members, all outstanding members with long-time service on the committee that are vying for this chairmanship. Andy Barr from Kentucky is one of them. I've worked with all of them for a decade. They're all talented. They're all smart. We have an abundance of riches on the Financial Services Committee and leadership. I just believe that my private sector career as a startup bank executive, a public company executive, my work in the executive branch for President Bush 41, and my work here in the House on a bicameral and bipartisan basis make me the best qualified for the job.
Who do you think is closest to the president-elect? What's your relationship like?
I think all the members in our committee have an excellent relationship with President Trump. and the people that will go into the financial positions. We all work closely with President Trump and his financial supervisory officials at the SEC, like Jay Clayton, Jay Powell, and other bank supervisors when he was in office the first time. So I know that House Republicans and the House Financial Services Committee will be a great partner for President Trump in moving a financial agenda forward for our committee that promotes economic growth, choice for Americans in their financial services, and a better chance at ownership of the American dream.